Once upon a time, there lived a young boy in a small town. The boy had a very short temper and used to shout at anybody, anytime and anywhere. He would not think for a second before opening his mouth in anger and start using abusive and offensive language. Everyone used to dislike him for his impulsive and rude behavior. His parents were deeply troubled by his bad temper. They tried various methods to help him manage his anger and improve his behavior, but all their efforts were in vain. The boy was aware of his anger issues, but he could never control his temper when things did not go his way. One day, his father came to him and handed over a bag full of nails and a hammer. The boy got very confused. His father then said, "My son, you have a very short temper. Why don't you hammer a nail in the fence every time you get angry?" At first, the boy found it hilarious, but then he agreed and took the bag full of nails. Now, every time he would get angry, he would run towards the fence and hammer a nail in the fence. On the first day, he hammered 30 nails into the fence. By the second day, he had hammered 28 more nails. After a week, the fence had about 150 nails. As days passed, he became more aware of his anger, and gradually the number of nails he hammered each day started to decrease. Eventually, there came a day when he did not hammer any nail at all. He realized that it was easier to control his anger than to drive a nail into the fence. The boy went to his father and told him that several days had passed and he had not hammered any nail in the fence. The father said, "You have learned to control your temper. Now, remove the nail every time as you control your anger." The boy agreed and began to pull a nail out each day. He was calm and did not lose his temper. A few days later, when all the nails were pulled out of the fence, the boy happily went to his father and told him about it. The father appreciated the son and took him near the fence. Then the father asked the son, pointing to the holes in the fence, "What do you see there?" The son replied, "There are holes in the fence." Then the father said, "Son, you had a very short temper, but you learned to control it. But look at this fence, it still has holes in it that can never be fixed like before. The fence never looked the same, it has scars all over it." The boy started to listen closely to his father. The father continued, "You often said harsh things to people in anger, which has left a deep impact on them. These impacts are like scars to them, which they will remember forever. Therefore, never utter harsh words in anger, because although you may forget what you said, but the pain inflicted by your words can last a lifetime." If we see in our daily lives, we will see that, just like the boy in the story, we often face situations that make us react impulsively. If we don't control our anger, we might say or do things that we later regret. The nails in the fence symbolize the hurt we cause to others with our words or actions. Removing the nail represents the effort needed to heal the damage caused by our actions. Scars in the fence symbolize that while external injuries heal over time, the wounds caused by harsh words can stay fresh for a long time. Moreover, anger is such a fire that burns us first and then spreads to others. When we are angry, our mind becomes clouded and we cannot think clearly about what is right and what is wrong. Anger makes our mouth work faster than our mind. Many times, violence happens in the heat of the moment. Interestingly, most of the people in the prison are not professional criminals, but ordinary individuals who could not control their anger for a brief moment. The main lesson of the story is to be more self-aware and control our emotions. It reminds us to think before we speak, consider the sequences of our anger, and choose our words carefully. It teaches us to develop patience, empathy, and understanding, knowing that once we say something we can't take it back. So whenever you feel that anger is taking over you, remember that anger not only hurts others and leaves permanent scars on their hearts, but it may also lead to violence and you may have to regret later. If you can control yourself in those heated moments, you will be thankful later for keeping your emotions in check. That's why it is wisely said that a moment of patience in a moment of anger can save you from 100 moments of sorrow. If you like my video, please like and subscribe my channel.